What's going on, guys? This is a new day. I'm doing a bunch of maintenance work to my CC today, so I have it up on the lift and I gotta do an oil change. I have to do a transmission service and I have to do the Haldex service, which is the oil drive system that the Volkswagens and I believe Audis use. So let me go ahead and show you the car on the lift. So this is the quick jack unit. I'm actually borrowing it from a buddy, so it really helps out with getting the car up, just up enough to where you can, get some work done. So I think it's about 18 inches up. So gives you the clearance to get underneath it, pull all the wheels off. It's really nice to have. Hooks up to the battery. I recommend on getting in one. I've managed to make this one work on the CC. It's a little short, but just a little. It's more made for the minis and things like that. So I definitely have to get some work done to this car. And then I've also got this wheel that I need to do. I'm gonna try to do this while I'm draining all the fluids and stuff. But this is one of Jam's wheels. I've got to tap the valve stem hole in it. So she just put new lips and barrels. So these will be going on her Accord. So I kind of can't wait to see what that's gonna look like when that's all done. And then I may try to test fit one of my wheels. I've got all 4 boxes there for the factory mini wheels that I need to let go. So if anybody wants factory mini wheels, they're the 17-inch. S lights that came on all the Mini Cooper S's. And then ended up getting the Envious flag. So I'll hang that up probably eventually once I get some of the garage a little bit more clean and organized. Then yes, I do need new tires, which is the main reason for getting the new wheels. So I can go ahead and get all those replaced. The rears are fine. So technically I really just need two new fronts. But we'll see what we can do with those. So I'm going to do the oil change first, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the transmission service and the Haldex service. Both of those I believe require the computer system, the VAGCOM cable, which I have inside. I'm using the computer right now to cut vinyls, so once that's done I can bring it out here real quick, tune the computer system just enough to do those. So follow along. Alright guys, so while the oil's draining and everything like that, I decided I was going to try and test fit one of these. So I've got the gap because it's obviously in the air, but I'm really liking that. I'm kind of hoping this becomes one of the previews for the video, but it's a little bit different. They're 19, so they fill up the wheel well a lot better than my other wheels. I just need to have tires put on them, and then they are a little wide. You come look over the fender, they do stick out a little bit, but my good buddy Carlos has some camber plates for the Mark 5, Mark 6 Volkswagens that I can put on top of my air struts. So I just have to meet with him and pick those up. And then I think these look a lot better than those. So, curb rash and everything else. I like the new daily wheels. So I'm going to finish working with the oil change, and we're gonna see how it goes. But I'm gonna pull this wheel back off, put it back in the box. I just need to find some time to order some tires and have the tires put on, and then everything should be good. So let's do that oil change. Alright guys, so we're still just draining the oil. I want to wait until that finishes before I go ahead and take off the oil filter and drain that. I kind of have to empty this. I need to get a bigger one with this car because of all the fluid that this car actually takes. So I do need to deal with that. And I'm just kind of looking at the exhaust system while I'm under here. This car's got 4 cats, 2 resonators, a suitcase, muffler, and then the dual exhaust. So I'd really like to get that changed, but I don't know how exactly easy that's going to be. The other things I've got to do while I'm down here are the transmission filter, as well as the Haldex service. And I believe the Haldex service is also up here in the front, right on the other side of this. So I believe the Haldex service is up here, I believe, maybe not. So the Haldex service might be up here. Hope it's not in the back. It's either that or this. But I gotta get all that taken care of, along with the transmission filter. So I'm gonna keep working on that. While this is finishing draining, I'm gonna go ahead and do the air filter. I know I just put the factory intake back on, but I don't know how that filter was. So I'm gonna go ahead, I think it's a K&N filter actually. But I'm gonna take a look at it. If not, I'm just gonna put a factory filter on it. I'm kind of looking at getting like an AEM or something that's or the K&N that's carb legal for this car, so I can actually run an intake legally, along with doing the exhaust eventually to open up the noise, the sound in the back. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah guys, so it's kind of hard to see. This is actually, I believe, a K&N filter. It should, you would think it would say it somewhere, yeah. So it's actually the K&N filter. I know you can't really see that, but it is. So I'm gonna put this back in, even it's a little dirty. I haven't really run it. And then I'll go pick up some cleaner for it and get that cleaned. But I'm still looking at probably picking up another air filter for it. Hey guys, what's going on? Just doing a quick update. Got the oil change done, and the new filter and everything in. Put the oil in. Oil's good. Now I'm gonna attempt the automatic transmission service. It's gonna take me a little bit. I've never done this one before on this car, so I've got a bunch of new tools and stuff that I need to use. So I hope nothing goes wrong, so I can drive the car later today. Let's see how it goes. Alright guys, kind of giving you a preview where I'm at. I have the transmission pan off. The transmission filter's right there. So I got the pan. I still have to do the gasket. I'm just kind of taking a small break to clean up a little bit, so you have enough fluid. But what I'm looking at is the transmission. This is the 09M, I believe, transmission that Volkswagen makes. It's their Tiptronic. I did not realize how much electronics are in an automatic transmission nowadays. The only other automatic I've really had was my other Volkswagen, which I never tore apart, and it was already a rebuilt transmission, and then my Mustang, which was from 1969 and did not have any electronics in it, from what I'm aware of. So, looking in this is a little complicated. So, I'm just going to do the filters, but I'm assuming this is also why you have to do the services all the time. So, I'm just going to do the filters and get everything ready to go. Alright guys, just checking in. I've put the transmission filter back on, put the new transmission pan back on, and I'm starting to fill the transmission fluid. So it's got this unique process that I'm going to show you guys. So it's got this Schwaben tool, and it's kind of all gravity fed. So you just kind of gravity feed everything, and it's got this cool contraption with an air hookup, which allows you to open and close the valve, to open and close the fitting inside. There's like a big metal straw that just goes into the fitting. So I just need to make sure. I'm going to go ahead and swap these out really quick and then start running through another thing of oil. Alright guys, a little bit of a follow-up. So this, I'm assuming is not good when you start putting fluid in the car and it starts leaking. So I torqued everything to spec. Not really sure if it just didn't seal correctly. Sorry about the camera movements. So not sure why exactly that one's not doing its job, but it's only leaking from there currently, from what I can tell. I'm hoping it's only leaking from there. So I'm gonna go to dinner and then come back and probably end up pulling this gasket back off, trying to figure out what's going on, and then finishing it later. Alright, so I went and took a break and had dinner with my parents. So I am now draining the oil from the transmission pan again. I put it in a bucket, some of it back in the containers. That way I can go ahead and reuse that instead of having to order more. I'm just going to reuse it because it's all fresh. Reuse them. I'm going to pull the pan off tonight, get everything prepped. I'm picking up a new pan tomorrow. I ordered one for my buddy, so he said he should have it at his work tomorrow. I'm going to go pick that up, get everything finished. In the meantime, I'm going to try to do the hall deck service if I don't have to completely start the car. I'm going to look into it, see if I can just use the computer, start doing the hall deck service, and if I can do that, I'm going to go ahead and work on that tonight. And then I'm also going to try and change the spark plugs out because I do have those as well. I already did the cabin filter, the intake filter, the oil change, and everything else. I have 120K on the car, so I'm doing one of the 40K services. The timing chains don't seem like they're making too much noise. That's really one of the only things I'm kind of afraid to do on my car, but if it's something that has to be done, it's something I'll probably do instead of having to pay to have it done. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the rest of the car. Alright guys, a little bit of an update now. I am going to be using the VCDS software, also known as VAGCOM, in order to be manipulating the computer system to activate the all-wheel drive system. And then I've got my computer in order to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. So I have the this VAGCOM cable, you can't see it, but it's connected to via the OBD2 port. So I think my next step is to turn the car on once. And I've got the stupid door ding. But I'm going to be doing the software, so I'm going to click a few things. And it should start dropping fluid out of the diff. So I have this, I have a bucket all set up. I already pulled everything out, just trying to do the diff in the rear. Alright guys, it's about 1:30. I'm getting ready to finish bleeding the transmission. I don't know if I've shown any footage of underneath. So if I did, I'm going to add that in. Or it would have already played. So I'm trying to get that done. I'm waiting on a new transmission pan. This one's a little bent, so it's not sealing correctly with the new gasket. So I ordered one already. It's coming in. By the time you guys watch this, I already have it. I just ordered it from my buddy, and I'll have it next day. So I just gotta wait on them to put that in, fill that up. My transmission service will be done. My oil change is done, and I'm finishing up on the transmission. I just got to top off the fluids and run a pump with the computer system in order to prime everything and reload it, and then retop it off, and I should be good to go. Alright guys, just because I don't think I've actually shown it this is the Haldex unit all-wheel drive for the Volkswagen Audi platforms. This is the Gen 4. You got the fill plug up here. On this side is the drain plug. You have the Haldex controller. On the back side of that, you have the little filter. The filter is honestly tiny. So I've already replaced the filter, done all that. I've already replaced it with a new drain plug. I have a new fill plug once I finish filling it up. So I just need to do that, and then I should be done. Alright guys, this is probably going to be the final update of the night. I'm getting ready to take a shower, but the first thing I have to do, I just have to check for fault codes on the Haldex system through the computer. So I've already bled everything. It seems to be working just fine. I only had to really bleed it once. I bled it twice just to make sure. So I'm going to go ahead and run through the Haldex service just to make sure there's no fault codes. Alright, so for this, we're just going to start the car. Put the car into the on for the ignition. Close this one a little bit. This was the old no response from the controller. So we'll kind of, I don't know if you can see it because of all the lines. We're going to go up here into all-wheel drive. And then all I need to check is going to be for fault codes. No fault codes found. That's all I need. So with that, we should be good. Should be able to close the controller and go back. One of these days, I do need to get in here and figure out the media player and everything else. I need to figure out why I cannot play DVDs. There's a really easy way to do that is the adaptation. Or the coding. Okay, should actually do the long coding helper. You can actually click on all these little things. It should actually be able to help you with all of this stuff. So I'm gonna not try to play with anything. The downside to this is if you do mess up anything, it does wreck your car, and then it gets really costly to fix. And I really don't want to be dealing with that right now. So until then, good night. Alright folks, good morning. I'm going to start doing Jam's wheel. So I have to drill a 90 from here, put the valve stem in. Somewhere about here, I got to drill a hole for the valve stem to come through. So I'm going to start doing that now. Alright guys, the only next one is the sketchy one, which is the step bit to get to the 7/16 that I need to do. Alright, so here is the hole. I just gotta clean up the metal shavings a little bit. So it's a 7/16 hole for the valve stem to go through. So hopefully she likes it. Alright guys, now that the wheel's done, I'm gonna go ahead. I gotta move the Mini, put the wheel in the Mini, go to the bank, pick up some money, grab fuel, head over to Dom's house, and we're gonna be doing a couple of photos, not of my car, but of Dom's and the new PM John's, in order for everybody to submit photos for WeekFest, which is like registration will open today. When you're watching this, registration should be open, and then I think it's like April sometime, so I gotta double check when that is. It's July 1st. WeekFest is on July 1st in San Jose, so we're all gonna be applying for it. I have the day off, hopefully. I believe I should. I talked to my manager about it already. So we're trying to get most of the Envious guys there. Whoever gets accepted is going to be there. We're trying to get everybody there, even if you're not accepted. So let me go ahead and load up the camera and the wheel, grab the Mini, and I'll see you guys back at Dom's house. What's up guys? It's going to be super windy right now, but we're getting lined up to do some shots. Hey guys, I'm just getting back from Dom's house. We were hanging out there for quite a while. We got some food and everything after the photo shoot. So we were able to hang out as a group, kind of talk about some club things, and then we started playing Need for Speed. Whatever the newest one is, I kind of forget right now, but it's about 12:30. I have to work at 8, but I gotta get the photos edited for our WeekFest submissions. So try and look for our cars there. I'll let you guys know if they get in or not, as I kind of find out. So I just gotta work on those tonight, and then I gotta edit this. I'll probably edit this while I'm at work tomorrow, or have it edited so I can upload it just while I'm doing that. But you guys have a good night.